I think waterfowl hunting was probably my first love, and there's so many things I love about waterfowl hunting, even getting decoys ready, stuffing blinds, watching birds work decoys. And you know, one of my favorite things is scouting, you know, just going out looking for birds, watching birds, the planning, the scheming, the strategy, trying to figure out where to hunt, how to set up. So we're out here scouting tonight, and it's going to be windy tomorrow. And so one of the things we're trying to do is just trying to find just a little day hole, what we call it, where basically these birds will roost on some pretty large bodies of water at times, and they'll go out and they'll either field feed or they'll go out in these small marshes, shallow marshes where there's a lot of vegetation, some invertebrates that they eat. And these little tiny potholes, these shallow little wetlands, can really be good on strong winds because these birds are going to get off the big water, try to get refuge from that strong wind and try to duck out of the wind. And so we're just out here looking around tonight. Well, we're just getting set up here. It's dark in the duck marsh, and we're just in a little day hole, and what we're anticipating today is this wind's really going to blow. I mean, they're talking 30, 40 mile an hour winds, and so we've got some big water right next to us here. These birds are roosting in some other water, but they're dropping down into these little ponds before they're going out to field feed. And so these little day holes, I mean, it doesn't take that many decoys. We're going to probably have 3 dozen decoys out, a couple of spinners, but this wind should help us because there's going to be a lot of birds on that big water. They're going to be looking to get out of this wind and rough water, and so we're hoping that they'll just tuck right back into this. But there were a lot of birds in here last night, so it should be a fun hunt.
Solo right here, diving in. Not quite diving in. There's a couple teal.
Here we got one looking at us here.
Maybe. Oh, one right above us.
Oh yeah, right here, right here.
Take him.
Take him.
Oh, I can't see him, and he hit the water.
Pintail, take him, shoot him. There. We're on the board.
Nice pintail to
Yeah.
start the morning.
Well, we're just getting set up here, just shooting light, and we've already got our first visitor. Quite a few birds moving around here, but spread looks nice. It's a beautiful morning on the prairie.
You know, the prairie pothole region, especially here in North Dakota, plays an incredibly important role for continental duck populations. And, you know, in the United States, there's no jurisdiction that's any more important than North Dakota. And I think it'd be, I mean, maybe even interesting for North Dakota duck hunters to understand where ducks that are raised and produced here end up. You know, pintails that winter in California, redheads and canvasbacks, and blue-winged teal that winter in the Chesapeake Bay, and obviously contributions for mallards, pintail, gadwell, teal throughout the Mississippi and Central Flyway. And really, it's that historic and sustained wetland resource that we have here in North Dakota. Those small, shallow wetlands, temporary and seasonal wetlands, in a big abundance of them. That really drives our ability to attract a high number of breeding ducks in any given year. And, you know, between the wetland resource and the upland nesting cover, we have what it takes to make lots of ducks here in North Dakota. Now, we recognize that nothing stays the same, and while, you know, we've seen wetland losses in North Dakota over time, they haven't been as acute as they've been in places like Prairie, Canada. We still have an abundant wetland resource. We've certainly lost CRP, but we still have a lot of grass. And so North Dakota continues to be this incredibly important source of ducks in the breeding population and what we're putting out into the fall flight every fall.
Oh, teal buzzing. If they swoop, they're swooping hard. They're coming in. No, yep, they're coming in. Oh, too far. More live birds. Oh, holy moly, them are quick. Oh.
We got a bunch out front here.
There's a bird right here coming up over the top. She flared. Yeah. Oof. Moving tight or moving fast. Bird out front. Yep, right out front here, Jace. Oh, come on, get closer. No. It's like right on that edge.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got 2, 3 coming right here in front. Take him.
Take him, take him. There are a lot of ducks moving around. Right here, right here.
Oh, one solo right here. Get ready.
Take him. You know, as a waterfowl hunter, you know, I love the traditions and I love the nostalgicness of waterfowl hunting. And, you know, a lot of that is hunting over water. You know, especially if you want to harvest or see a variety of species. You know, if you're field hunting, you're going to be pretty much seeing mallards, maybe a few pintails, maybe a few widgeon. But when you hunt over water, the variety is what I love about hunting over water. You're going to see some diver ducks, you're going to see gadwells, you're going to see blue-winged teal, green-winged teal. There's just so many different birds that'll end up over your decoys or ultimately in your bag. And that's one of the things that I love about hunting over water.
Coming our way, coming our way. You ready?
Take
Shoot
him.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm shooting good today.
Right here,
Get
right
this
here, right here.
Good. No, come on. Oh,
That was fast.
that was fast and chaotic. And we're gonna have more birds circling, I assume.
Yeah, teal will humble you.
Got another one skirting in, coming in fast out here up front if somebody can get reloaded. Oh, landed over there. Oh, one solo right here. Get ready.
Take him. Nice.
Oh,
Get ready here.
Yep, get ready.
Better
Take
take
him.
him. Oh. All right, let's pick up ducks here real quick. That's a great way to make them come in.
It is.
Is that a can?
Yeah.
I thought it was when it came by.
It's a nice looking duck.
You know, what's crazy is all the water that we have, you know, across North Dakota right now, where I can remember as a kid growing up in the 80s, and all this water, it was dry. I mean, these sloughs, these shallow wetlands didn't exist. I mean, Devil's Lake area, I mean, you look at Devil's Lake itself, it was 25-30% of the size that it is today. And so this wet cycle hasn't just been a boom for the fishing, it's also been a boom for waterfowl. And since there's just so much more water, there's so much more temporary seasonal wetlands that exist today versus, say, in the mid-80s when everything was so dry out here. And what's interesting is when the Dakotas are dry, so there's better duck hunting in places like Minnesota where that migration corridor will actually shift. But when the Dakotas are wet, it's just endless variety of waterfowl. And that's, I think, something that people really enjoy is you can come out here and just see a variety of different ducks that maybe you don't ever get to hold in your hand in a lot of places around the country. Someday I'm going to be too old to wear chest waders and wade around in the mud. So if you're young enough to do it, you better do it. What's cool about this too is just kind of a variety. I mean, we got pintails, mallards, teal, even shot a camas back in here. Pretty cool.
We're obviously here in the heart of the Prairie Pothole region. That's intentional from Delta's perspective. We want our home office right here in the middle of the duck factory. And, you know, North Dakota and the Prairie Pothole region is important to duck hunters all over, all 4 flyways. And so Delta's work here has historically focused on two things. One, to maximize duck production, to make sure ducks have a fighting chance to join the fall flight, and then also to conserve those small wetlands that really drive the engine, that drives the engine in the duck factory. You know, Delta's spent a lot of time and energy over the years, going back to the 1990s, trying to understand how in this current landscape with a changing predator population, less nesting cover, how we can continue to make ducks on this landscape. And two tools have really emerged. One is predator management, the lethal removal of predators during the breeding season, and hen houses. Both those tools are validated to significantly increase duck production, especially nest success, which is the most important vital rate for breeding ducks. And, you know, even in good habitat where we've got a good wetland resource, you know, oftentimes we're seeing nest success under 5, under 10%. And so with tools like predator management and hen houses, we can significantly increase those hatch rates and make sure we're sending more ducks south in the fall flight every year. The other thing that we've spent a lot of time on the last several years is working with farmers to create new conservation solutions for those small wetlands and cropland. It's a challenging topic because farmers, frankly, are tired of small wetlands and cropland because it has the potential to reduce their agricultural production every year. But those same small wet spots and fields that make farmers frustrated are the very thing that drives continental duck populations. So we've worked really hard both in the US prairies, North Dakota especially, and across the Canadian prairies to work with farm groups to come up with solutions that meet farmers where they live and find voluntary incentive-based ways to conserve those most important small wetlands while working within the context of, you know, farming operations and working with farmers the way that works for them.
Out front. Coming in.
You ready?
Take them, boys, take them.
That was a simultaneous shot, and it's going nowhere.
Well, we just kind of slid everybody down a little bit. We've got a lot of birds have been kind of working us wide here, and this wind's supposed to pick up and switch more out of the west. It was southerly this morning, and so we just made an adjustment here. I think if we would have made this adjustment earlier, we would have a few more birds on the water, but hopefully they keep flying.
We got a couple working up over here on our left. Looks like they might swing around and do it for us. Get ready here.
Take them, guys. Hey, nice. Well, I think we got our limit of pintails.
Maybe. It's gonna settle in for us. Braden, get.
Take them, guys, take them. Oh, we're getting some more shooting. I mean, this wind's gonna blow. I mean, they're talking 30-mile-an-hour gusts today, and so we've got Devil's Lake right behind us here. And those birds that are out on that big water, they're gonna get pushed onto small stuff here with this wind picking up, and so we should just get a flow of birds all day is kind of what we're hoping.
Oh, raider guys right in front of us.
Take them, guys, take them.
Good shots.
Beautiful. We do have a couple of spinning wing decoys, but you know, if you hunt ducks a lot, you know that sometimes these ducks get pretty conditioned to spinning wing decoys where, you know, sometimes you feel like they do more harm than good when the ducks get stale, but especially on small water calm days, I love these motion decoys. See here, you can hear it running. There's a little button you just push right inside here. I've got feeders out, and I like to put those right out in the pocket here. They're made by Lucky Duck, but they just add some movement. See how these ducks just kind of move around, add some ripple. It's just deadly. And so stale ducks, put a few feeders, put a couple swimmers, and it makes a big difference. I mean, if I had to choose between spinning wing decoys and some of these motion decoys on small water, calm days, I think I'd take the movement over the spinners. It makes a big difference. They look good. Take them, boys, take them. Nice. You know, it's the middle of October right now. And probably the big thing this year has been so warm. I mean, it's been unbelievably warm. And so these birds have been hunted for 2 or 3 weeks. Got one wants to look at us here. And they're stale. I mean, they're flying high, definitely a little decoy shy. We have had no new birds move in yet. Just kind of that lull in the middle of the season where we need some fresh ducks. But these birds, one of the things I've started doing here this morning is I've been keeping the spinning wing decoys off, but I'm just hitting the remote and just letting them run for about 1 second, 2 seconds, and then just turning them off and just give it a little flicker of movement, a little flash, and then turning them right back off. And that definitely seems to be working good versus just leaving them running. And so I'm just almost like flagging geese. Turn them on, turn them off. Get their attention and turn them back off. Now, when you look at the North Dakota Prairie Pothole country, it's a very important region for duck hunters, not just for hunting, as far as providing opportunities, but also for duck production. And since you look at the Central Flyway, all these birds coming, you know, that are wintering in Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, a lot of them are breeding and nesting within 150 miles where we're standing here near Devil's Lake. And so lots of shallow wetlands, a lot of grass, you know, CRP and places for these birds to nest, but this is the hub where a lot of ducks are produced that come through the Central Flyway each fall. Oh, right out front here.
Oh, right here, guys.
Take them, guys, take them. All right.
Nice shot, boys. Good work.
Oh, God, are they fast. Good luck with that, huh? Oh. You know, probably the biggest thing that I would stress, you know, if you're to come out to North Dakota and hunt is spend a lot of time scouting. You know, if you're hunting for 7 days, you better be scouting all 7 days. Drive around, look for birds, see where these birds, you know, see what bodies of water that these birds are using, see where these birds are roosting, see where they're going out to feed, and then get permission. And if you spend a lot of time scouting, you're going to find yourself in better locations, because let's face it, if you're in the wrong spot, you can have the best decoy spread in the world, you can be the best caller in the world. None of that matters if you're trying to pull in birds where no birds exist, or if you're on a spot where these birds don't want to go. And so put in a lot of time scouting. I would say for every hour that you hunt, you better spend at least an hour scouting. Spend a big percentage of your time scouting. And so a lot of times we'll set up in the morning and hunt, but we'll spend every single afternoon driving around, glassing, looking, scouting, trying to find new locations to hunt, because location is everything if you're waterfowl hunting.
Take these low too here. And
Better try them, guys.
oh, she's gonna wing down.
Mm.
Oh,
Went
fell
down.
dead right there. I got a bead on it.
We got them. But it wasn't pretty.
I suppose it's kind of hard to imagine, if you're a duck hunter in Maryland or Louisiana or California, why you would care about North Dakota. Obviously, you've seen some great duck hunting today, but duck hunting, you know, North Dakota's contribution to ducks and duck hunting at a continental scale really matters. And so if you care about ducks and you care about duck hunting, really important to pay attention to what's happening in North Dakota, how the habitat's looking, how conditions are, and then how we can work in this landscape to make sure we have suitable habitat and make lots of ducks.
You know, if you look at central North Dakota, you know, this is the Prairie Pothole region where there's all kinds of small wetlands and sloughs just like this here. And I like to show these opportunities because the biggest thing is it doesn't take a lot of gear or equipment. You know, the reality is not everybody has a big decoy trailer full of full bodies. Maybe you don't know landowners, can't get permission, but between the public land and that place you can access, and then the other thing is that I find that it's a lot easier to get permission to hunt some of these small sloughs for ducks. And so the thing to stress is that this is an opportunity I feel like anybody can do it if you have any ambition or desire. It doesn't take hardly any decoys. I mean, we've got 3 dozen decoys out, we've got a couple spinners, a couple motion ducks, but reality is if you have a couple dozen decoys and a pair of waders, you're in the game. You can hunt ducks and experience some great duck hunting.